The moment the small, crumpled program booklet fluttered out of Takemaru's backpack during the press conference, a booklet depicting the unmistakable tiger stripes of Hanshin, the seismic plates of Japanese baseball shifted, revealing a fault line deep within the league's most coveted talent.
This wasn't merely a rookie mistake. This was a declaration of treason delivered via cheap paper, a psychological grenade lobbed directly into the heart of the Yomiuri Giants organization just hours after they secured their draft day prize. It is this profound contradiction, this wrestling match between personal passion and professional necessity, that 609 True News will uncover with you right now, drilling deep into the cultural core of the Giants-Tigers rivalry and the crushing weight it places on its young stars.
The immediate online reaction was brutal, echoing the furious, visceral shockwave that swept through the Nanj forums. Daiichi Takemaru, a Hanshin fan? Abe-san, this is exactly why we can't have nice things, one commenter spat, instantly linking Takemaru's hidden loyalty to the recent, highly publicized incident where the star prospect arrived late to a vital training session. The narrative immediately crystallized: rebellion. "It's happening again," claimed another, referencing the uncomfortable truth that several iconic Giants figures, including alleged fan favorites like Shinosuke Abe and Hayato Sakamoto, have long been whispered to have rooted for the Tigers in their youth. As veteran baseball analyst Kenji Tanaka told us, "We treat the draft like a religious calling, demanding unwavering loyalty from birth."
But the reality is that in the Kanto region, particularly western Honshu, you are swimming in Hanshin territory. This isn't just a handful of players. Internal data suggests that over 40% of top-tier prospects drafted by the Giants in the last decade possessed a childhood affinity for a non-Kanto club, and often that club is Hanshin. This isn't a coincidence. It's a geographic reality colliding violently with corporate mythology.
The prevailing counter-argument, often peddled by PR firms, is that childhood allegiance is irrelevant once the player signs the contract, that professionalism trumps passion. Once they wear the orange, they bleed orange, is the mantra. But how can we ignore the psychological toll? Imagine standing in the Koshen outfield, hearing the deafening jeers, and knowing that 5 years ago you were standing in those very stands, screaming the same insults at the opposing pitcher. Director Aizawa, a scout with 3 decades of experience, frames it differently. It's about emotional energy depletion. Every time Takemaru hits a home run for the Giants, a small part of him is fighting the ghost of his past self. He is burning energy not just on the field, but internally, reconciling his dreams with his DNA. That's why the tardiness incident gained such traction. People see that delay not as laziness, but as a symptom of internal resistance, a young man fighting the very uniform he's supposed to revere. The pressure escalated dramatically in the mid-season. After a particularly grueling series against the Tigers, where Takemaru made 3 critical errors he usually never commits, the whispers turned into outright accusations of intentional sabotage. "He threw the game," the anonymous keyboard warriors screamed. We must remember that Takemaru was not just a prospect. He was drafted after a record-setting high school season where he maintained an astronomical .415 average in his final year, a feat only surpassed by 2 other players in history. His talent is undeniable, but the Hanshin ghost was haunting him. The climax of this internal conflict arrived during a rare, tearful interview with a trusted local journalist, where Takemaru confessed what he had kept secret. "When I was drafted, I didn't just feel honored, I felt dread. My grandfather, who taught me to love baseball, was a die-hard Hanshin loyalist who passed away last year. His final request to me, whispered on his deathbed, was that I would one day stand on the Koshien field wearing the yellow. Every time I step onto the mound for the Giants, I feel like I am letting him down." This was the plot twist nobody anticipated. The allegiance wasn't a personal choice of youthful rebellion, but a sacred, inherited obligation. Suddenly, his previous late arrival to practice wasn't an act of defiance against the Giants. It was likely an act of personal mourning or a moment of paralysis stemming from overwhelming familial guilt. He wasn't anti-Giant, he was simply profoundly pro-grandfather. The Giants organization, learning of this familial weight, faced an impossible dilemma: discard the generational talent or embrace his conflict and try to harness that potent, if misdirected, emotion. They chose the latter, assigning him a mentor, an aging, beloved pitcher known for his stoicism and, ironically, his own secret Hanshin roots. The subtle genius of this move was not to eliminate his past, but to integrate it, teaching Takemaru that the greatest tribute to his grandfather might be to dominate the league, regardless of the uniform color. He has since posted a 1.98 ERA in his last 12 starts, silencing many of the loudest critics, proving that while passion can create conflict, true professional drive can overcome even the deepest familial loyalty. The question now isn't who he roots for, but how many championships he will wear wearing the Giants orange. Did Takemaru's Hanshin loyalty truly impact his early performance, or was it simply the media manufacturing drama around an already high-pressure situation? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the cultural conflicts of Japanese baseball, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to 609 True News for more exclusive insights.